All right, guys, we got a good show for you today. We have Davison Igbinosun. He goes to Union High School, Pittsburgh, Rutgers, Cincinnati. There's some schools that offered him, to name a few. Thanks for coming on, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we always start out with two would you rathers before we get right into it. So, would you rather get stranded on Antarctica or in the desert?
Um, Antarctica
Why Antarctica?
is probably more like wildlife in Antarctica. Probably if I want to survive, I'm probably go hunting and stuff. And
Yeah,
in the desert, it's too hot.
I feel like I'd overheat and die pretty quick. I mean, I'm not just gonna eat a snake in the desert every day.
Right. If it's too hot, you can't do nothing. If it's cold, you can layer up.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay, next one. Would you rather have a pause button in your life or a rewind button?
Mm, I had to say rewind.
Why would just is it why do you say rewind?
I'm saying rewind so I go back and change some things.
Yeah, I feel like I do the same thing, man. Looking back on some things I know now, and I wish I would have known.
Right.
All right, your high school season, with COVID and everything, a lot of team people didn't know they were gonna have a season. You guys played 7 games. How do you think the season went for your team and yourself?
Um, as a team, it wasn't a good season. We definitely fell off because my sophomore year we won a state championship. We didn't lose a game up into MetLife Stadium. So my junior season we kind of fell in a slump. Individually, I definitely say that my game evolved.
I feel like I don't know. What were like the struggles with COVID? Do you think that was a big part in why your team didn't have as successful of a season?
Definitely. So in the regular season, you get to like in the off season, you get the lift work out. I feel like we definitely struggled in the strength aspect because we didn't lift at all during the winter. So our linemen struggled a lot.
Yeah, was the playbook like condensed, or did you guys run everything you really wanted to?
Not really. I mean, we run the same place year in and year out, so it wasn't. I wouldn't say that.
Okay, you're a football family. Your brother goes to Rutgers. Your cousin he played in the NFL. What's it like having that bloodline and those guys to help you?
First and foremost, I appreciate that you did your research.
Thank you.
It's good. I mean, it's just a certain level. I want to say a standard of excellence of my film. You gotta maintain that.
Yeah. Is it like one of those things? It's like, when you're going through a hard time, do you just call up your brother and be like, hey, what would you do right now? Or your cousin? Or is it more or less, hey, I'm like kind of on my own. I just do it my own thing.
No, you gotta as a man, you gotta try to figure things out on your own. First and foremost, I feel like everybody has to go through something that tests them as a man and find it out by themselves.
Yeah. What's it like playing football in that New Jersey area? I feel like it's a little underrated a bit. Uh,
Definitely.
it's one of the best states for football, I feel like. What's it like?
Jersey, Jersey is very underrated, but more than Jersey, I want to say the public school in New Jersey is very underrated. We don't get enough recognition as the private school guys, but in reality, I feel like public school and private school is not too much of a difference,
Yeah.
talent wise.
Recruiting wise, I named a few of those schools that have been recruiting pretty hard. How's it like with COVID? Is it a lot of Zoom, or do you feel like it's limited your ability, to talk to more schools?
Definitely. You want to say that, but I mean, you gotta appreciate everything that is coming thus far. So you don't want to go out chasing. But I feel like if COVID wasn't here, I'd probably be evaluated more.
Yeah, is the dead period, is it ending June? Is that when it ends?
Yeah, ends in June.
So you're gonna be able to take your visits then.
Yes, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm taking 4 visits in this summer.
Okay, yeah. I got recruited to play a sport for Division One. I never got to meet my coach, shake his hand before I committed. It was the weirdest thing in the world. Um,
Real? Yeah. The 21s got screwed.
yeah, it was for real. A lot of my friends playing football or different things, they missed out on a lot and everything.
Yeah.
Your position wise, do you see yourself more as like a field boundary corner or playing? What do you feel like playing?
Um, Honestly, I don't want to limit myself and say anything, but if I were to say, I definitely say a boundary corner because I'm taller, but I can also play the field because I can run with anybody. I feel like.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'll be more useful as a boundary corner because I can come up and tackle, and I'm a bigger. It's gonna be tough to throw over me.
Yeah, you talked about the speed but I was looking. Some of your track numbers are insane. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, what made you get into like track, and do you feel like that helps you with your football?
Um, Definitely. I run the hurdles and track, so it's all in the hips, and I play DB, so it's DB. You're
Yeah.
gonna have exceptional hips. But I started running track in the 8th grade. I feel like that keeps me in shape for football.
Yeah. You know, growing up, were there any former like current players that you looked up to?
Um, if I would definitely Tyrann Matthew.
The Honey Badger.
Yeah, he made me want to play defense. The way that he attacked the game, I'm like, I want to be him.
Yeah, and the way he goes about it, he just gets in your face. He doesn't care what you think. He disrupts you. He's in your
Right.
head the whole game.
Right.
Yeah. You know, of all like your football and everything, you've done, it could be Pee Wee, it could be now. What do you think's your like favorite memory you've had?
Winning the state championship my sophomore year.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing that you got to do that.
Nothing else compares to that.
Yeah. This is always a funny one. Where were you? What was it like when you got your first offer?
um, it was like January 30th, my sophomore year. Um, so I had got called down by my head coach to like talk to a school, Central Michigan, and I'm not thinking anything of it because the whole time I'm getting called down just to shake coach's hands, just meeting them and following them on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, so let me go see what's going on with him. And then he called me down. He's like, yeah, we like you a lot. You're tall, locked down the corner, etc. But you're not really listening. You're not really. You're
Yeah.
just. So he's like, want to present you an offer. I'm like, offer.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I look at my head coach, Coach Grasso.
Yeah.
It's like, for real. I shake his hand, like, God bless you. Thank you so much. And I hug Coach Grasso. I mean, it's no better feeling. I mean, winning the state championship and getting your first offer, no other offer compares to the first one.
Yeah. I felt my friend's first offer. He was a defensive tackle. He saw me in the hallway. He got right after the call. He ran at me and tackled me in the hallway. I felt that one, man.
Yeah.
I took that one hit, but that's amazing. So what do you think's been the best piece of advice you've heard to this point?
Control what you can control.
Yeah.
If you have control over something, do what you can do in your in the capacity that you can control. If you cannot control it, just let it be.
Yeah, that's some good advice. I feel like a lot of people need to remember that. Final two questions. Off season. What are you working to improve on? So hey, when you're a freshman, wherever you end up deciding, you can be a starter and make an impact for a team.
So like anything I want to improve on.
Yeah.
Going to my senior season.
Yeah.
I want to be more violent. I want to like lay the boom. I feel like that's a missing piece from my game. I feel like I can tackle, I can do. I want to like lay the boom. I want people to feel me.
Yeah. So more like just a disruptor all around.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Final question. It's always the hardest one. We ask it to everyone. How do you want people to remember yourself when your football career is over?
I want people to remember me as I don't want football to define me. I want people to say that, yes, he was a great football player, but he was a better person. He was a better this. He was better that outside of football. I don't want that to like just limit me.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear. I actually lied about that. I was just thinking you're in New Jersey. I was up in LBI with some friends from my college this week. Is there a favorite spot for you in New Jersey you like to go have some fun?
Like chill?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't leave my hometown. I like Union Hillside area.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I respect that. Nothing like a hometown.
Right. Nothing like home.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. It means a lot.
No doubt. Thank you for having me.